Hello and welcome to another video of computers and stuff. Today we have a Toshiba Satellite laptop that's about 15 years old. It was made in like 2002 to 2004. You can see it runs Windows XP, but right now it doesn't have a hard drive. So we're going to try to boot up some operating systems that run straight from like a disk. I tried to boot it from a flash drive, just running like a Windows installation to see if it would work. It didn't even recognize flash drive anyway, so I did get Ubuntu Linux on a disk here, and we can boot that up. So the specs of this machine, I got it from like a electronic recycling, and someone was getting rid of it. It didn't have any RAM, so I put in a gigabyte of RAM. I don't know the speed of the processor, so we'll find that out when we get to some specs. It's a decent speed processor, at least like gigahertz. For charging, since I don't have the charger for this, I have a couple of wires coming out of underneath the DVD drive and going into my power supply here. Because I do not have a charger, I set to the right voltage, which is 15 volts, and then a good amount of amps, which is 5 amps, and it seems to be running. So let's boot up Ubuntu. So Ubuntu has booted up, and we have a couple things here. We have CD-ROM and RAM disk, and then also we have a couple things up now, I guess, the taskbar here, and this is a 2006 version, so it's not as looks a lot different from the modern day version. And I did actually look through these. I couldn't find anything that finds much information on your system. If there is one that I'm missing, please put it down in the comments. But that's why we are going to use a different program to check the specs of this computer. Oh, Minesweeper. Let's check that out. That's a good game. That was nothing. So we have Ubuntu running, but it doesn't have all the features I need. And I just noticed there's like two little eyes where someone like punched the screen right there. But anyway, there's another operating system I will use. I was trying to get Windows on a flash drive. Nothing worked. But I did find some online live CDs of Windows XP. Let's see what this Windows XP version is like. I found it online, and that's starting BART PE. Okay, so hopefully it's somewhat just like Windows XP. Seems like it was made 2010, I think the website said, and it was a live CD version of Windows XP, so it could run basically Windows XP on a disk without a hard drive in your computer. So we have a blue screen, hopefully not oh, I am a little concerned. I have a few questions. Okay, I get the taskbar there. I mean, that looks like Windows XP. We're loading something. The desktop background, that looks like Vista or 7 or something like that. And these kind of concern me. What are those even real? Those are just fake. It's like a screenshot. This whole thing is like a Windows Vista screenshot. It's just, or 7. I think it's Vista, just looking by the theme of here. But this is weird. I have to just click on it. Okay, at least start works. Live XP by team digits. Okay, so register Live XP. Okay, let's look at the Explorer. Hopefully this is somewhat like Windows XP. Okay, this is pretty advanced. I mean, not advanced, but it has a little bit more than just regular old Windows Explorer. We got all our disks, and we'll have to test a flash drive. I tried a flash drive. It didn't work. It's hard to, you have to like do it when it boots up, and plus it can barely read anything's on it. But let's look at some of the software that came with this. BART stuff test. I don't want to know about that. Okay. Apparently some type of file thing. It's path, operation elapsed time. Okay. So it's looking at like blocks, some sort of partition or drive wiper or something like that. Office image to, oh, they have the Word 2003 viewer. So these are viewers, so they can't write documents like Word documents or PowerPoint. They can only view them. They got VLC, which I've tried when I tried to get the flash drive working. Oh, they have CPU-Z, so then that way we can figure out the speed of our processor. Alright, so it's a Pentium 4, okay. 2 gigahertz. It's not bad for the time this was made. It was actually pretty good for a laptop. Okay, so that's interesting. We've got all the info for that. Mainboard, memory. So they've got all the different stuff here. Alright, so now we know that it's a 2 gigahertz Pentium 4 CPU. I suppose I could have opened up the laptop and take out the CPU again, but I just didn't want to do it. I was kind of too lazy to do it, but you know, it took a while to find the software. So, and plus, if you want the software, it was kind of interesting software, a little bit different. I wouldn't use it as your main operating system, but you know, that's, oh, you got Paint. Okay, so that's at least that's nice. All right, let's get my Microsoft XP Paint skills out. That's it for today's video. Subscribe if you'd like this content. Turn on those notifications if you want to see more. And I will see you in the next video, and goodbye. Oh, and one other thing. They don't use the Windows XP startup sound or shutdown sound, so that kind of disappointed me. And, you know, you could have an operating system with nothing in it but the Windows XP startup sound, and it's Windows XP.